Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Daily Zamboni Talk. In today's episode, I wanted to get a bit more personal, dig into some of my own numbers, and just to elaborate on some of the videos that I've brought out before, and just showing that I'm here to walk the walk and that success is just as important to me as the message I put out. So, as always, before we start the video today, I just want to thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe and comment any thoughts down below. As always, we're going to get this channel, we're going to get it growing. I'm going to keep posting every day I possibly can. That's where this channel is going, and I'm not going to stop until we get there. So, in today's video, what I'm going to talk about straight up is how many hours I actually work to get to the goals that I want to get to. So, pretty straight up, pretty simple, but I think some of you will find this interesting because there is this narrative out there. There's a couple different narratives out there that, you can do too much, or you burn yourself out, or which are all very valid things, or it's so hard to get ahead nowadays because on your salary just gets evaporated by food and shelter costs and everything else associated with that. And if you're on a regular salary, that is totally correct, right? That is absolutely correct. But I'm going to show you here what I'm doing to be able to get the extra money to purchase the assets I need to push me ahead and to eventually replace my income. That's the goal with this all. And that's where I'm headed. And like I said with these videos, I'm not going to stop until we get there. So, first of all, at my main job, as a first responder, I work 48 hours a week. That is my regular job. That's the base, right? That is what I get. And on my paycheck, I'll get 2 of those, right? So I'll get 48 hours. And I'll get it twice. That'll be my paycheck every 2 weeks, right? Pretty simple. So what that does though, that only takes up 2 days of my week, right? Because I work 24-hour shifts. So I'll work my 2 24-hour shifts, and then normally on my days off, I work a whole nother 40 hours, right? That is my normal, that's just normal for me. I mean, not when I'm traveling, anything along those lines. So what I'll do is I work 2 days out of every 6 on my main job. So I have all the other days off. I will usually work 4 10-hour shifts on my days off, if not 5. That is kind of the minimum because in this area, this side job that I have, as you see me right now, driving the Zamboni, there is a serious demand for the workers. There is a serious shortage. There's a lot of people retiring right now, and there is unlimited shifts out there. There's 2 things I get a day. Or I should say 2 different things on my phone that blow up my phone every single day. I get asked to work at one of the many sites that I work at, or I get asked to play in a hockey game in net, because those are 2 areas that are so needed, right? So what I've done to allow myself to work on my days off and to create my own schedule on my days off is, as you can see by my videos, I'm at many different sites. I applied and got many different jobs as a casual on-call worker, right? And with that label, I can pick and choose when I want to work, right? So I go through, usually at the beginning of every month, I'll make my calendar. I will fill in all the days I have off that I'm able to work, which is most days. At this point in my life, I don't have a lot of commitments, kids, family obligations. That's not something I'm dealing with at this particular time. So on my days off, I am working, I'm working out, and I'm learning. That's how I spend my days off, right? So being on this schedule, so as you can add it up, that's 48 plus 40. That's a normal 84, and a lot of times I'll do right or 40. Sorry, 48 plus 40 is 88, right? And then a lot of times I'll do another 10-hour shift, maybe 5, but 4 is the minimum. So it'll usually be between 88 and 98 hours of work a week. That's usually what I do, right? And some people will say that's insane. That's crazy, right? But to be honest, I don't really care, because although I work that much, I'm still able to keep up with my fitness. I'm still in better shape than 90% of the people out there. I'm still progressing in the gym every day. I still make sure I sleep at 6 hours a night, right? Minimum. Sometimes it goes to 5, but I try not to let that happen. Between 6 and 8 is the goal. I make sure that I eat healthy as I can, because a lot of times I'll just bring packages of ground beef, steaks with me, salmons. That's pretty much all I eat all day, right? And for those of you that say you don't have time or the resources to do any of that, I have had so many days where I pick up a package of ground beef and I just cook it in the microwave, because that's all I have at the job site that day where I'm working. That's all I have. But like today, for example, I cooked a package of ground beef and 2 eggs, and that was my lunch. And I just brought some salt with me, and that was the end of that. And that's a great protein-filled, nutritious lunch where I always feel tons of energy on that, right? And it's also quite cheap as well. So that's that. I don't get fancy with it because I don't care. It doesn't make a difference for me. I'm not really eating for taste. At my main job is where I do a lot of my cooking, where I get to kind of scratch that itch, so to speak. If I want to make fancy meals, I'll do that while I'm getting paid. I'm not going to do that on my days off. Sometimes I'll eat out, right? I'll grab food on the go, but most of the time I just like grabbing something simple, like a package of chicken or a package of ground beef and some salt and some pepper, and that's the end of that. Some eggs, right? That's the end of that. Don't need to overcomplicate anything. So this is what I've done pretty much, this schedule, since for the last 3 or 4 years I've been on this amount of work, right? And I don't feel burnt out on a daily basis because I love what I do, and I am constantly in the mindset of growth, and I'm doing all this for a reason, and I have a long-term mindset, and that allows me to become excited every day, to be able, I'm just so excited every day that I'm able to get one step closer to my goal. Because I have some rental properties, I have a lot of stocks, a lot of investments, because the extra money I was able to make from this job. And my goal one day is, when I have the family, when I have the kids, I want to be able to just work the 2 days a week, and that's it. And the passive income to be able to take care of the rest. And that's where I want to get to, and I know I can get to that if I keep on the trajectory that I'm keeping right now. I am also trying some more entrepreneurial endeavors as well, right? But right now, I want the cash flow to be able to invest into the assets. That is what I want, and that is the best use of my time right now. As I've made videos before, that entrepreneurship is very glorified in today's world, that you shouldn't be working, right? The main job, the regular jobs are vilified in today's world a lot, but you can really leverage them to your advantage. Like at my job, my side job here, I spend a lot of my days off here. However, when I am on the Zamboni here, or when I'm just muttering around the arenas, the recreation centers, I have my headphones in, I'm listening to books, I'm constantly learning. The amount that I have learned at work is absolutely unbelievable, right? When I'm not on the ice or doing something that's taking up my attention, I'm online looking at what the prices of rental properties are, my next investment, more business opportunities. That's what I spend my time doing. And as well, on my side jobs, I'm there, I'm showering, I'm shaving, I'm doing everything while I am there, right? That is what I do with my time because I want to make the best use of my time because it is at such a premium. And we live in such a competitive world now because every good that you want that is valuable is competitive and other people are trying to achieve that same thing, right? So you have to think any minute that you're wasting, any time that you're wasting at all, somebody else is not, right? There is somebody else that is doing the work that day, that is earning the income that day, that is buying the assets, that is buying the valuable goods that you are not, right? And that is what you have to think, and that's the way I think every single day. Every single day I'm awake. That is what consumes my mind. That we only get a chance at this life once, right? And I am not going to miss opportunities because I was lazy, because I felt sorry for myself, or anything along those lines. I will not let that happen. So right now, am I putting in a lot of work? Yeah, am I sacrificing some friendships at the same time because I don't get to spend as much time, hanging out with some of my boys and everything? Absolutely. But that is what I'm willing to take because I'm starting to see myself separate from a lot of other people that I've graduated with, that I used to be friends with. I see them going down, not going anywhere, not progressing on a daily basis. They're in bad physical shape. Their mental state is bad. Maybe they have dependency issues, anything like that. I see it on a daily basis. And that is not me, and that will never be me, right? Because, as I said before, I'm so grateful to be able to work as much as I want, to be able to earn the income that I want, so I'm able to live the life that I want to live and create the future that I want to create. And I am just enjoying every minute of it because more so than the goal that I'm planning to achieve and what I'm trying to get to, the journey and the grind is something that I love so much and that I wake up every day and I crave for because the pain and the suffering is what is pushing me ahead and what is making me so happy and so grateful on a daily basis. So, as always, thank you so much, and we will see you in the next episode of the Daily Zamboning.